What is up, everybody? How's it going? Austin prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. Happy freaking Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Today, I'm going to keep this brief because I am having some energy drink. I'm about to go crush it in the gym, have to have a good workout. And part of that is, I'm going to tell you, is because I wanted to change up my environment a little bit. Regarding my own training, regarding my own kind of schedule, workflow, day to day stuff. And I think that it's important that oftentimes we take a look at that in our own lives and see where we can adjust things if things aren't working for us, right? And part of that is your environment, right? And today I want to talk about kind of tell a little story of something that happened to me this weekend regarding my environment, and it's something that I don't know. It was it was a really interesting mindset shift that I had. And it all happened because I went to the gym at a different time than I normally do. And it was cool because, a lot of times, in our day to day, we get kind of stuck in these cycles of doing things the same over and over again. We're creatures of habits. We do a lot of the same shit on a daily basis, whether that's due to our work schedule, our life schedule, we have kids or whatever. Typical parent schedule. You wake up, you get your kid ready, you drop them off at school or daycare or whatever. You go to work, you do your thing. If you're a stay-home parent, you get up with your kids, you get food ready for them, you get the house clean, like you're doing things around the house, clean things up. Just kind of going day to day. And a lot of times you can feel like you're on Groundhog Day a lot of times, or you're living like the Groundhog Day movie where you're doing the same shit every day. There's little variations here and there, but it gets kind of monotonous and you're doing the same thing over and over again. I want to talk about why getting out of that, kind of that hamster wheel, and getting out of that environment can be really, really helpful sometimes to sparking something in your own journey or switching things up in your own journey, because a lot of times we get in those patterns of doing the same shit over and over again. And your environment is everything, right? Your environment is everything. What is up, Brianna? How's it going? How's it going? And yeah, as you guys are tuning in, feel free to say hi in the comments. Give this video a like, helps other people see it with the algorithm. But it's really interesting because I went to the gym on Sunday at a later time than I normally do, and I'm about to go again here in a little bit today. But I went at a different time than I normally did because I was like, man, I feel like I'm rushing my workouts in the morning because I'm trying to be home in time to help get the kid ready, to do all this and that. And I just felt like my workouts weren't for me anymore. They were just something I had to I had to get done, get out of the way, get on with my day. And so it wasn't serving the purpose that my workouts kind of used to serve for me. And I felt like, the quality of my workouts was suffering because of that. I felt rushed in the morning. I feel like my day was always off to a really rushed start, where I was rushing my meditation. I was rushing my to-do list. I was rushing all these things, and I wasn't giving myself the time to actually, set aside the time to actually breathe and really sit down and think about what I'm wanting to do in the mornings and setting my day up for success. Really taking the time to set aside for my workouts to get a good workout in, a good quality workout in. And so I needed to change my environment. I had to change my workflow. I had to change up my day to day. And like I said, and like the title of this, maybe the title of this should have been more appropriately titled "Getting Out of Your Workflow." But I would do want to emphasize switching up your workflow. But I do want to emphasize, our environment is everything, right? We are the combination of our five closest friends. The things that we do every single day are gonna mold us into the people that we are, right? So if you're somebody who tracks their food every day, or works out every day, or goes for walks, or plays with their kids, or whatever it may be, things that you do on a daily basis are shaping who you are in your day to day. And so for me, I needed to switch my shit up, right? And it was interesting because getting back to the story of what I had happened to me was I went to the gym at a different time on Sunday. Right, I went to the gym at a different time on Sunday than I normally go, and when I was there were tons of different people there than that I that I don't normally see ever, because I go pretty early in the day. I see the same people every morning, but I went this time around, and I was there and I was working out, and I was and this is not a humble brag or anything like that, but I can dumbbell curl a pretty heavy amount for reps. And I was there doing dumbbell curl and dumbbell curls, and this guy walks up to me, and I had my headphones in, walks up to me, and just like offers like a nice like genuine compliment on me lifting in that moment. And then he came back again later, and after I was finished with my set, and was just like telling me like like how like he wants to one day look like I look like. And I was like, well, holy shit, that is like the biggest like nicest like confidence boost I've had in a very long time. Because in the mornings going to the gym that early, there's not a whole lot of people there, and people typically aren't the most talkative, I guess. But I went at this time, and because I switched my environment up, and because I was in an environment that was conducive to supporting, just being like positive and genuine and things like that. Like I was there, and that random thing happened. Like that totally changed the direction of my day. And it all of a sudden, like I went into the gym that day feeling kind of shitty, feeling kind of like tired, like I had to get my workout in, but I gave myself the time to not only have my workout, but I also had, because I switched my environment up, I had a random stranger, give me like a genuine compliment, and it like totally changed my mindset for the rest of the day, and made me realize I was like, damn, like, I may not be exactly where I want to be right now, but man, I've come really far. And like and I'm at a place where somebody was like nice enough to just give like a general compliment like that. Like it just shows, like, if you put yourself in the right environment, right? If you put yourself in the right environment, like that would have never happened had I not gone to the gym at a different time of the day than I normally do. That would have never have happened, had I, I guess, been receptive or been nice enough to like, not ignore that person whenever they like tapped on my shoulder while I was trying to do my workout, right? Like, that stuff never would have happened had I not been in that environment that's conducive to those things. And I think that's why it's so important to not only switch up your day to day whenever you're going through it and you're doing the same shit over and over again. And like, maybe you go to the gym. Like, I'm somebody who very much so is like on team, like, get your workout in as soon as you can, so that way you're way less likely to put it off later in the day. If you're notorious for that, or you work a really long like hours labor job, you're tired at the end of the day, or stay at home parent, like you're fucking exhausted at the end of the day. Like, that's why I encourage like getting your workout done earlier in the day, so you get it done, and that way it makes sure it happens. But if you're somebody who's like struggling right now, and you're like you're dreading going to the gym, or you're in a funk, or whatever it may be, I encourage you to switch up your workflow a little bit if you can, right? Like, instead of going at like 6 a.m. in the morning, like, you can still get up, kind of early, like earlier in the day. That's fine, but do something else with that time that's going to set your day up for success, so that way you can enjoy that workout later in the day. Maybe that's what it is for you. Maybe instead of, you know, tracking your meals, and putting them in, the morning of, or during the day, or whatever it may be, that you're, whenever you're tracking your food and you're putting in for your calories, maybe instead of doing it the day of, or like right before you make the meal or whatever, like maybe try doing it, the night before, so that way it's in there and you're set up for success in that way. Maybe you've been doing a morning routine where you have your meditation in the morning to set your day up for success, and maybe you're not feeling it right now, or it's feeling rushed. Maybe do it at night, maybe do it in the evening, switch it up a little bit, see if that helps. And if that helps and feels like it flows for you in your day to day, but like, don't be afraid to change up your environment a little bit, right? Don't be afraid to, just because it's how you've been doing it doesn't necessarily mean it's like the best way to do it for you now in this new, chapter of your life, right? And so that's what I would encourage you guys to do, is just, take a second, take a step back, look at what you're doing in your day to day. And if something's not working, right? If something doesn't feel like it's working right now, like, don't be afraid to switch things up a little bit, right? I also want to encourage you, like, this is kind of like the two-part thing. This life kind of turned into from one thing into another, but I want to reiterate, your environment is everything, right? If you are surrounded by people who are positive, who are supportive, by people who are like, that care about the shit that you care about regarding your goals, whether that's for weight loss, or building muscle, or body recomp, or living a healthier lifestyle, or being around, other, people who are like that, it is so important, because you are who you surround yourself with. If you're surrounding yourself with people who are just like, who don't give a shit about weight loss, or health, or fitness, or getting their protein in, or the gym, or being healthy, or being healthy parents, right? Like you're gonna have a hard time when, like, that's all you're being exposed to on a regular basis. But if you're a part of a community, or like a gym, or a team, or something like that, that you can be a part of and tap into, and you're like encompassed by, well, guess what? That's what you're going to see. And that's going to be what you're like more likely to, like, the direction you're going to go in on a daily basis. And that's going to impact your shit. Right. And so your environment's super important. Just like my environment, like, I switched my environment, and this is, on a more acute level, not just in my general, like, who I surround myself with, but like on an acute level, right? I went to the gym at a different time than I normally do. There was, a random person at the gym there that, like, said something nice to me, complimented my physique, and, all of a sudden, like, my my mindset shifted from this workout's going to be kind of like, maybe it's not going to be the best workout ever. It might feel kind of crummy or whatever. To like, I have something to be proud of. I am surrounded by other people who are working towards leveling themselves up, and that's kind of fucking exciting if you think about it. And so, just things can shift your day, right? Things can shift your day. Your environment impacts you in a lot of different ways, that we may not be taking into account on a regular basis. And so I encourage you, switch up your environment if you feel like you're like stuck right now, or tap into your current environment if it's a supportive one for your goals, right? And don't shy away from that shit, because like if you're feeling stuck or you feel like you're not moving forward, there's probably a reason for that, and your environment might be a big part of that reason. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. But I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit and just kind of share that, like, kind of like cool story, about kind of what happened. I'm excited to crush it, like, and split up the monotony of how my days have been going lately, and you know, have a really good workout. And yeah, that's all I really had today. So so takeaways from this: don't be afraid to split up your, to shake things up when it comes to your day to day or your workflow with how you do things, right? If you've been working out every freaking day in the morning at the same time, maybe it's time to switch things up a little bit, right? Maybe work out in the afternoon or the evening, or, do your meditation at a different time, or do your meal tracking or prepping at a different time of the week than you have been. Because if something's not working right now, like, you need to shift some of those pieces around in your puzzle to make it fit again, right? Other takeaway is, your environment is everything, right? If you're surrounded by people who support you, who, like, are reinforcing your positive choices on a regular basis, who care about the same shit that you care about, like, you're going to be way more likely to be in that state on a daily basis, to, like, want to do the same and want to support those people and be in a positive environment where people are talking, and uplifting each other and wanting to see each other succeed. Like, that's going to be way more rewarding and helpful towards reaching your goals than, the opposite of that, where people are tearing you down or trying to encourage you to go do stupid shit. That's not going to help you. It's going to take you further away from your goals, right? So at the end of the day, right, it's about balance. But I think those are kind of like our two takeaways here. And healthy, not like, I guess, like, yeah, healthy little or shameless plug here. Not only do we have the private community, right? We have the private community, we have the private group for our clients here. But we also have, which we've been kind of, putting a lot more time and effort and energy into lately, and resources into lately, is our free public group. We have a free Facebook group on here where, if you're on TikTok or Instagram, you can go join it. I encourage you to. But we have it here on Facebook, and it is a community that we're currently working and building. We have free resources in there, lots of free resources. We got free ebooks in there that people can have access to. We do lives. Let's see, now it's Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. There are lives in there for, like, snack hacks, cooking, like, healthy recipes, general wellness. We're putting information out there, encouraging, getting people to, engage and to be more surrounded by an environment like that. And so we're really trying to promote that right now, trying to help other people who, may not be ready for, one-to-one coaching or full-time coaching yet. But you can tap into that, and you can be, surrounded by, kind of on a digital scale, environment, for, feeling like you can tap into something that's going to support you and help you reach your goals, and provide resources to you. So I encourage you, if you aren't yet, to, go join it. It's the prechtelevate Performance community, public group. And I'll put a comment. I'll pin it to the top of the chat on this live. So that way you guys can, join it if you want. If not, no big deal, but just letting you know that the resource is out there. And it's, getting a lot more lively, especially since, been kind of watering that seed now for a little while. So other than that, I'm going to go get a great workout in, and I hope that this is a helpful kind of reminder or something to kind of take a step back and be like, maybe I should change things up a little bit, or maybe I should tap into my supportive environment a little bit more than I have been, or maybe if I don't have one right now, I need to go find one or switch my shit up a little bit, so that way I can, have a better chance at reaching my goals. But at the end of the day, choice is yours. At the end of the day, information is bullshit without implementation. So hope you go out and implement some stuff today. So other than that, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good rest of your day. If you watch this later time, hashtag replay. Feel free to like this video, and I will talk to you all later. Let me know your number takeaway. Bye.